Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I review different action figures. Today I'll be reviewing the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Darkfather from the Collect-A-Build wave, and he is of course the Collect-A-Build figure. So let's get straight into the video. Alright, so this figure doesn't have a box or any accessories, so we'll go ahead and get into the details of the figure. And so starting with the cowl and the face, you can see it's very nicely sculpted and great paint on there. You can see the different grays with the lips that's shaded there. There's even a little bit of shading for like the wrinkles on the side right there that looks very nice. And he's just got that sort of rocky skin texture that Darkseid has. He's got some very nicely painted yellow eyes right there that look very good. Just great sculpt work on this cowl. It's got texture, which is pretty much the same texture that's on this cape here, which looks very nice. This cape's in a softer plastic, which seems a little more stiff than other ones that we've had in the past, but it's still softer. It's got tons of wrinkle details that look great. It makes it look like cloth. His neck is a little thick, which I think looks a little weird for his head. Maybe if his head was scaled up a little bit more or the neck was just slightly down. But it kind of looks odd if you move it over some places like that. So just something to note right there. And then moving down, you got the bat signal, got some sort of leathery texture on there too. Got a canvasy sort of texture on his suit, which looks very nice. And then you can see his arms are exposed here with all the rocky Darkseid sort of texture on there, looking very nice with sort of shiny gray on there to stand out from the more matte gray on the suit. Then you got these spike gauntlets, which I'll note are very hard and they are kind of sharp too. So they kind of hurt when you move around the articulation, which is kind of a downside. And I kind of wish they would made those just slightly softer. But then you got the hands, which look very good, very nicely sculpted, just sort of splayed out like that. Would have been nice to maybe have some interchangeable fists, but these still do look pretty good and I do like them. And then you've got the utility belt, which is very cool. It's painted in sort of a tan brown color there, and you got just giant pouches. There's also some little weathering on there with like little black smudges and dirt on there, which looks very cool. Then you got the underwear right here, and that's again in blue. Got his legs, which are part of the suit, and then some very cool boots here, which have that same texture and just look very nice overall. And so yeah, he looks pretty dang good. And I'm happy with how he looks. So yeah, there you have it for the details of this figure. And now articulation time. So we'll start with the head, which can look up that much, down that much, go to the side, and also tilts very nicely. Got the arms, which go up that much, can turn all the way around like that. It's got the butterfly joint in there that gives it extra movement. Got the bicep swivel right here, which is pretty stiff on there. Then you also got the single jointed elbow, and it also swivels right there as well. So kind of double swivel action on the arms. And then you've got the wrist, which can move up and down and twist all the way around. And again, these are very sharp and they kind of hurt to move him around. So again, a downside. Then you got the torso, which doesn't go forward very much, doesn't go back very much. Can swivel side to side on the top there, nothing on the bottom though. Then you have the legs, which go forward, back, out to the side all the way, and a very nice thigh swivel, one of the best we've seen. And then you got the double jointed knees right there, the feet, which go back and forth, move side to side, have some pivot on there, and also toe articulation. So there you have it for the articulation of Darkfather. And then one thing I haven't really mentioned yet is how his cape doesn't always stay in here on this front part, which is pretty annoying. It will just kind of pop out sometimes when you push it in there. I've actually kind of found a spot somehow where it will stick in there as long as I don't like move it like too much. And so on display he should be fine, but while you're moving him it might pop out and you might just have to plug it back in. So maybe next time if they do a caped character like this, they should make it so that it sticks in there a little better, or like the peg's a little deeper or something. And so I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And then for some poses I like to put this figure into. First I have him where he's grabbing his pouch and holding his hand up, kind of in like a classic Darkseid pose here. I think it looks very cool. And this is probably the pose that I put him into most. And I don't know, this figure doesn't have too many poses you get him into, as I'll show in just a second. And so like right here, you can see that he's kind of limited with his poses due to his cape. He can't really crouch down or anything. Would have been nice to have some fists so you could maybe get him punching someone. Could probably have him grabbing some people. Whoops, there's his head popping off on accident. Could probably have him grabbing some people though, and that'd probably look pretty cool. But no really crouching positions. I guess you could have him walking towards you, but nothing really too crazy other than that first one that I showed that I usually put him into. And so that's probably as much as I'll go into for the poses of this figure. And then here's a comparison with all of the other figures from this death metal collect-to-build wave. And they all look very good together, and I think this is a really good collect-to-build figure. And so there you go for a comparison. Alright, so overall this is a very cool figure. I really like his design, and I think it's kind of a weird, wacky design that turned out pretty cool. And I'm glad they decided to make this figure as a collect-to-build figure. He's one of the reasons I got this wave, because I really only liked 2 of the 4 figures that you have to get to build him. I liked the Death Metal Batman a lot and the Death Metal Wonder Woman. Superman didn't really interest me. He looks kind of ugly to me and not my favorite. Definitely my least favorite of Wave. And the Crow Robin I didn't really like that much initially, but he has grown on me and I do like him. And so I think this wave was a pretty good success, and I'm pretty happy that I got it. The only thing that I'd want for this figure are maybe some interchangeable fists, so you could get him punching or just have a closed fist on there. I think that would be cool. And then also, I think his cape needs to be a little bit fixed. You can't really see it in this video as much, but as you get playing with him and stuff, his cape pops off a lot more. And then one thing I've mentioned before is that I want the Build-A-Figures to come with a trading card. Like, if they could just include it with one of the other figures, I think that'd be great, just so you could have a trading card for every figure that you have instead of missing a couple because you have Build-A-Figures. But other than those couple things, he's really great. He's got great paint all over, great textures all over. He's got just a ton with his cape, his suit, and just the rocky texture of Darkseid's skin. And he just looks very cool overall. I'm very happy to have him. And so now we'll go ahead and do the trading card teaser. And so here you go. So go ahead and comment down below what you think the next figure review will be based on the trading card teaser. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.